Okay, apparently ESPN loses some more sports. They're going to lose UFC now after losing top-ranked boxing, losing baseball. So I don't know what ESPN is going to do for programming. Obviously, they still, have to spend money to show the rights to some of these fights. So when they show the highlights, they have to pay, to show those highlights of the fight. So that's revenue for esports when they show them fights too, show the highlights of fights or short sports highlights. And, like I said, I don't know what ESPN going to show. Baseball is moving on. Boxing is moving on. And now the UFC is allegedly moving on. But let's talk about it. Check out the MMA playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and another twist amid ESPN contract expiry. As Dana White UFC $1 billion demand gets a message from CEO of Netflix. They said it was a bad marriage after all. Exactly 7 years, the ESPN wrestled out Fox Sports to sign an ambitious 5-year, $1.5 billion broadcasting rights with UFC. The duo seemed eager to end their rocky relationship already. While the controversy had been brewing for a while, signs of distress finally came to the forefront last month when the insider signaled how the partners were extremely upset with each other. The issue, both alleged that their other failed to withhold the end of the bargain. On one hand, there was Dana White promotion, who appeared ticked off with the surmounting pay-per-view issues, especially during the Magma and Purify, whatever started UFC 313 or 313 bout. Several reports stated how users were unable to purchase the pay-per-view, the company key financial route through ESPN Plus, or even watch the event. While the promotion did not comment on the disruption at the time, executives were reported to be furious. Later, ESPN addressed the issue with a press release. Also, replayed the event for free at a later time. Users with subscriptions were able to watch without pay-per-view fee. ESPN, on the other hand, wasn't happy about the plummeting pay-per-view numbers either, as opposed to what the promotion had assured its partner. UFC gets paid 300,000 pay-per-view buys as their buy-in from UFC, so they had to get to 300,000. There's no way that ESPN is getting 300,000 pay-per-view buys out of every pay-per-view. From what I was told, ESPN is frustrated because they're not getting the pay-per-view buys that they had expected. The New York Post, Rich Richard has said. So as things stand, the UFC and ESPN exclusive window for negotiating broadcasting rights is done and dusted, and now the promotion is in the market for another major network to bid for their broadcasting rights. According to rumor, UFC is targeting many online streaming services, including Netflix, with $1 billion per year demand and promotion next deal, but it seems like the streaming giant are playing coy. So, we get to there, right? So, for the most part, there's an issue. There's a huge issue here to the fact that ESPN technology and ESPN Plus is not holding up its end of the bargain. Okay. I don't think that's a shocker. There's been issues and from people who hate ESPN Plus, because you can't even get regular ESPN on ESPN Plus, and now that's becoming a problem. So when they get ESPN Plus and they not getting to be able to see a Pacific game because you're purchasing, kind of like other things on there, maybe 30 for 30s or exclusive TV shows, or you may just be getting, out of market stuff like HBCU, basketball, football, or something like this, or some exclusive stuff like a card, boxing card, whatever. So a lot of people don't understand the purpose of ESPN Plus if I can't get regular ESPN. So a lot of people mad about that. A lot of people mad about that. So, and kind of UFC saying, well, y'all not holding y'all end of the bargain on that end on the promotion side of things. ESPN is saying, ESPN is pretty much saying that, and UFC continue to say they're not promoting the right way. They're not promoting the right way. And when you don't promote the show the right way, then nobody's happy. So when you don't promote that show the right way, how people gonna know? UFC, ESPN do a shitty job of promoting. I mean, this is the worldwide leader in sports. And then once you continue to go, you kind of dig deeper and deeper and deeper into like more Disney. Disney has been messing up across the board. Disney bought Marvel. Messed it up. They bought Marvel and messed it up. They bought Star Wars and messed it up. I mean, you see people slamming them about what the new Silver Surfer looked like. So, Disney has been under fire. Disney has been under fire all day. I mean, all for a while. Look what they doing to ESPN. You get on the ESPN, and it's not a bunch of talented people on ESPN. And then the programming, they're already lacking programming. You've seen, World Tag Team Championships, a hot dog eating contest. It's just like, man, maybe ESPN should exclusively go to an app. They're going to have the NBA, and that's the only real programming that they're going to have. That's the only real programming that they have. And that's crazy. That's the only real programming that they really going to have. So I don't know the direction in which it's going, but for the most part, when you looking at the sports ain't going in a great direction no more. It's turning a lot of people off. And it's funny that UFC, isn't doing the numbers that we thought they were. And, people looking at boxing and saying, well, boxing is not doing what boxing is supposed to do. And neither UFC. Don't nobody want to spend hundreds of dollars every month. Every time I look up, and I'm not an avid or a hardcore UFC fan, but every time you look up, every event they got is pay-per-view. Everything they do is pay-per-view. It's like, goddamn, between there and boxing, you would think those was the top two sports in the world. So, of course, their pay-per-view is not selling. And there's no doubt how big of a platform Netflix has proven to be. The first combat sport event they ever streamed was Jake Paul-Mike Tyson match. Broke many records. Even their servers crashed during the surge of the concurrent users. Remember, they had issues with ESPN Plus. They had no issues with Netflix. So what's stopping UFC from getting the same precipitation from the users on Netflix? Where reports have come in, and it seems White will have to wait to get the deal with the streaming service because the CEO claims to be satisfied with their current arrangement. Our live event strategy is unchanged. We remain really focused on big breakthrough events, said Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos. And reported by famed MMA reporter Damon Martin. He said, our audience love them. Live is relatively small part of our content spend. Will the statement certainly put some hot word on the speculation? So they ain't going over there. So it's also talked about they may go over to Amazon Prime. But while Netflix brass appears to show no interest in UFC broadcast rights, Damon Martin believes they could change their position, as he vaguely recalled a streaming service taking a similar stance before signing a $5 billion deal with WWE last year. He's confident that Netflix will take the same route with Dana White promotion. Despite the uncertainty surrounding where the UFC might end up viewing its product, Dana White has shared his thoughts about the potential future holds. He said the window opens. We'll obviously start talking to a lot of different people, and we'll see what the options are out there. We've said this every time. There could be a time when we end up on several different networks like all other sports do, he told as per MMA Junkie. All right, so same thing that that Brother Bob is trying to do. Brother Bob Arum is trying to do. So Dana White heaps praise on ESPN amidst uncertainty with Netflix. It says, before negotiating window for UFC and ESPN closed this past Tuesday, Dana gave his honest take on working with the network. Well, he seems to have made a lot of friends over there because he couldn't stop telling how much he's grown kin to them. I like ESPN. I've said it many times. UFC CEO told MMA Junkie that acknowledging the fact that their things weren't always going well between UFC and ESPN. He appears to enjoy the number of years working with them as partners while talking about exploring other options after the window closes, which it has. Quote, we had a bit of a rocky start, which is normal in any relationship, but we're in a great place with ESPN. Whether we resign with them or not, this is before the window closed. I have nothing but great things to say about my time at ESPN. Dana White added, we do what works for the network. What do they want to do? Do they want to just put it on their air? Do they want to do pay-per-view? Do they want to put it behind a paywall? I don't know any of those things. Tuesday, the window opens. We start talking to other networks. We'll get more into it. And of course, they don't want to put it behind the paywall because people ain't buying it. Times are tough. So everything they do, and they want to put everything behind the paywall in combat sports, but combat sports ain't the cream on top of the latte. He said he don't know, and he knows. And it's obviously you're supposed to take the high road when you talk about these relationships with networks. You're supposed to take the high road. You're supposed to, talk bad about nobody because you don't know who you can use. So it sounds like they may be taking the top rank strategy and trying to go to several different networks. And if they want them, and Netflix don't sound interested in it, maybe Amazon do. Maybe they start their own thing. Who knows? But hey, check out the MMA playlist. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Appreciate the love support. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.